Alright, no matter how great you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how rich you are, you should always be a student of the game. Not too long ago, I was speaking to a close friend. He's around late 50s, I believe, or mid 50s. And his net worth is probably 100 mil, around that figure. Bear in mind, my net worth is not 100 mil. So, like, there's a massive discrepancy between me and him, especially age gap as well. And me being me, I like picking people's brain, no matter how successful you are or how old you are. I just like picking people's brain because I always think there's so much information you get from other people when you just have intellectual conversation. And then I was just firing several questions at him one after another, and he was answering them and became more or less like conversation. And then I realized that the conversation switched. He was now asking me questions, and he seemed very intrigued. Kept asking me a variety of questions about business, about what would I do in a specific situation, and what are my reasoning for doing certain stuff. And I was like, why are you asking me? You're way past me in this life of entrepreneurship, and you're way more successful than me. Why are you asking me all these questions? It came to my knowledge that he was just a student of the game. You have to be a student of the game to be an entrepreneur. Yes, when you first start your journey, you probably know nothing in your market or your niche, and you try your best to speed run the process of gathering all the information. And then as you're building your business, you tend to obviously learn more information about the industry, about the ideal customer profile, etc., and your product. But then you get to a level where you're making good money, maybe 1 to 3 million AR, and you're like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. I don't need to sharpen my iron or gather more information. But that's not how it is. Every successful entrepreneur that I've met, every successful entrepreneur that I've spoken to or read about, or most importantly are within my community, Wellington, they all are students of the game. They all want to know more. They all want to see ways on how to improve themselves, how to better themselves, how to sharpen the sword. This is a trait that is not within a lot of mediocre entrepreneurs, or most entrepreneurs are plateauing. It's because they're not seeking more wisdom. They think they know it all. They're not trying to listen to a junior employee. They're not trying to see how other companies are doing stuff. It's either the way or the highway, which is not how it should be. You should always have the mentality of being a student of the game, especially in this era of AI. Oh my days. What was working in 1987 is not the same method people are using now. It may have the same principle, but maybe different methods. Always be adaptable. Always be adaptable in your business. See how the new generations are doing so. And this is why my community Wellington is so important. So let me explain. I have a very vetted community called Wellington, which is for entrepreneurs doing at least 500k ARR or who have raised $1 million. This community is full of not crypto bros, not YouTube gurus, but real successful founders. Founders that I have personally vetted, every single one of them. It is not easy to get into this community, and that's for a reason. I want to be a tight group of successful people. And I realize that even though there may be some age gap between some members within the community, one of the main reasons people are joining this community is because they want to know what the younger generation are doing, how their brain are wired. Because most of the consumers are the younger generation. So how is the younger generation consuming content? How is the younger generation emotion making them to purchase stuff? These are stuff you need to know. And you're only doing this by picking people's brain, by being a student of the game and sharpening your iron. Not by thinking you know everything, being like, my method has worked thus far, so I don't need to change. No, you need to change it. You need to be very adaptable, especially with AI. You don't want a naive entrepreneur who's new to the industry start using AI or different technology to pass you with all your hard work of years. I'm not saying break the system straight away. No. Implement small change. Because if you break it away, most likely you're going to see all the cracks in your system and your company can completely fail. So do in small increment, but you as a founder, you as a leader, you as a CEO, you should always, 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 always make it a priority to learn what is changing, to learn new information. Now, me going back to that story, after I was speaking to that entrepreneur, the conclusion was you can always learn something from someone. No matter if they're your junior employee, no matter if they're your hiring manager, no matter if they're a cleaner in your company, there's always a different point of view to every situation. It's not always your point of view that makes sense. So always try your best to have an environment of constructive criticism. Let other people be able to criticize you and be like, okay, where is this coming from? Is there any foundation to this? Or is this just waffle? But don't be quick to be like it's waffle. Take your time, analyze your constructive criticism, and try to do everything from first principle and reverse engineering to see what was the root cause of their statements. Why do you think someone like Alex Hormozy is doing these workshops of hundreds of entrepreneurs? Yes, because he's probably trying to invest in them, but he's probably picking their brain as well. The same way other people are picking his brain, the mastermind, trust me, he is learning stuff from them. Alex Hormozy is someone who's a student of the game. His content 5 years ago is completely different from his content now because it's always involved. You always need to be involved in all the time. You cannot be stagnant. Look at Larry Ellison. He was always a top 3 or top 5 tech entrepreneur in Silicon Valley for years. Why is it now that his stock is skyrocketing? Why did Trump decide to put him in one of the Stargates mission? Because he's always evolving all the time. All the time. Any new thing he's evolving. And that's how you remain at the top. It's easy to get to the top, but it's hard to remain there. It's so hard because you get complacent, you get content, you get comfortable. You cannot be comfortable. There's always someone trying to take your position. When I was in American football, it was so crazy because every time there's preseason, there's always a new rookie who's trying to take your place. All the time. All the time. This is why competition is so important for like sport. All the time someone take your place. So that's why you always have to adapt, always have to adapt, always have to adapt, always have to adapt, always have to adapt. Always become a student. Learn something new. 1%, 1%, 1% every day. If not, they'll take you out of your place. Because someone wants your place more than you want it. Someone wants to be a better company than your company. You always have competition. You always need to learn how to improve yourself 1% every day. How can you get more information? How you can gain more insights in your niche? What is changing in your niche? What is currently not working that used to work before in your niche? What's the new method people are doing in your niche? What are the new competitors in your niche? These are stuff you always need to ask yourself. YouTube algorithm is extremely good at suggesting video. Wherever video they suggested here, I would advise you to click it. Thank you.